It's kind of funny how the Israeli government is worried about arrest warrants by the ICC. If they weren't committing war crimes and human rights violations, they would have nothing to worry about. Uh, and then you have officials in the Israeli government, according to Axios, that is threatening to genocide the West Bank because the Israeli government is saying that it's the West Bank that is getting the ICC to investigate their war crimes. That is not something uh, a non-war criminal would do. Bibi Netanyahu wouldn't be threatening to commit a genocide in the West Bank over being uh, over having arrest warrants issued if he wasn't committing war crimes in Gaza. This is also him trying to intimidate the ICC, saying that if you do something against me, I'm going to kill all these people in the West Bank. This is why Bibi Netanyahu needs to be arrested.
Israel is increasingly worried about the International Criminal Court. Israeli leaders and media reports in recent days have talked about the possibility of the ICC issuing arrest warrants against Israeli leaders and military commanders in connection to the ongoing war in Gaza. Now, the ICC has not commented on these reports, though its chief prosecutor was in the region back in December. At the time, he talked about the need to carry out an investigation. He said this would be a priority for his office to look in not only into Israeli military actions, but also the actions of the Hamas militant group. Now,
Yeah, because the ICC isn't just investigating the Israeli government for their war crimes, they're also investigating Hamas, which you think the government would be happy about that, but they're not. They want to genocide the West Bank if the ICC does anything, which is something a fascist, authoritarian, terrorist government would say if they were to be arrested or have arrest warrants issued for them. That's not something a law-abiding government would do.
Now, the ICC was formed in the early 2000s. It is meant to be a court of last resort. It deals with serious human rights cases like genocide allegations, crimes against humanity. Israel is not a member of the court. It is not subject to the court's jurisdiction. Nonetheless, if arrest warrants are issued, this would be a cause for concern. First of
Well, Russia is not a member of the ICC, yet they were still brought to uh, the ICC over human rights violations by Ukraine, and Biden supported it. But when it becomes the Israeli government, Biden is against it.
all, it would be seen as a lack of faith by the international community in Israel's own justice system. Israel says it is more than capable of trying any wrongdoing in its ranks. On a more
Right, because that's why when the IDF killed 30 Israeli hostages, those people were punished for their crimes of killing hostages. Oh wait, no, they weren't punished whatsoever.
more practical level, it also could affect the ability of Israeli leaders to travel abroad. Although the court's jurisdiction doesn't extend to Israel, there are over 120 countries that do belong to the court. If Israeli leaders were to travel to any of these countries, they potentially could face arrest.
I would love to see that happen. I do wish and hope that the ICC actually issues arrest warrants for Bibi Netanyahu and other Israeli officials so that they do get arrested by other nations, because that would just be awesome.
Now, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, he is furious about these reports. He's also worried. He's expressed concerns about it. He says he will not allow anyone to be arrested, and he says he will not let the court affect what he calls Israel's right to defend itself. Israel is
Right. Committing genocide is not self-defense. Killing aid workers is not self-defense. Killing innocent people is self-defense. Killing people, uh, 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 killing UN staffers is not self-defense. Killing diplomats is not self-defense. You can't continually claim self-defense when it's obvious that it's not self-defense. Uh, the IDF sniping uh, religious people in churches is not self-defense. The Israeli government, you know, killing people holding white flags is not self-defense. The Israeli government has shown many, many times that their claims of self-defense is a lie because killing 34,000 innocent civilians is not self-defense. Starving millions of people is not self-defense. Blowing up hospitals and universities and UN shelters